Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen BoredGamer Channel update for July 2020. We're going to be looking at what's coming up this month, what we know about, updates to content and more. For June, we had a Prowler giveaway. The winner for that is Scumagnark. Congratulations. For July, we have a new giveaway for a Banu Merchantman and Star Citizen game package. That's the big alien trade vessel currently in its concept phase. To be in for a chance of winning, just comment on any of my videos made during July 2020. More details in the description below. I believe you get a Caterpillar and Banu Defender in the Persistent Universe in the short term if you win that Banu Merchantman to use, because obviously it's not out yet, it's in concept. Also, the reason I chose a Banu Merchantman is because I put on my Twitter, what ship shall I give away, and that was the highest voted one, even though it's not available in game. That's what people wanted, the public demanded. What's to look forward to this month for Star Citizen and from Cloud Imperium Games then? We have the Alpha 3.10 going to First Wave PTU, wider PTU, and live builds all planned for July, with a whole host of new features with that patch. The biggest updates, in my opinion, for this are the sort of like updates to the combat and flight model, which plans to address a lot of problems with the game's core mechanics and could put it in a very good place, but we won't know until it's in our hands. Also, another massive addition, in my opinion, is the financial app, allowing you to send Alpha UBC to another player easily. That's going to open up a huge amount more gameplay, I think, at least. We may see the rumoured Greycat rock mining vehicle as well this month. The patch is a huge quality of life and feature update, and for the most part should leave Star Citizen's Persistent Universe in a much better state. There's a lot of work they've put in getting the game more accessible and more playable, and lessons learnt from 3.8 and 3.9 being a core part of what they've put into this patch. So Cloud Imperium have also been working on a Squadron 42 video update, which has sort of become a meme now, with people going, remind me in 2 years if the Squadron 42 video updates out and things like that. Now, hopefully that will be out and done soon, hopefully this month, giving us some more updates with Squadron 42 with some visual aids, because we don't know really where the development of Squadron 42 is at the moment. How much has it been delayed because of the global lockdown? Are they on sort of like track to getting it released within the next 18 months or so, or less than that? That would be good to know. That said, we do have the monthly reports for both Squadron 42 and the Persistent Universe coming out later this week. That's going to give us a load of info on the project anyway, and we still get the Squadron 42 monthly reports every month. But with that Squadron 42 video, basically Cloud Imperium have said it's done when it's done. They're making sure it's up to a good sort of level of quality before they actually release it, because I suspect they want to convey a lot of Squadron 42 information with it and have very good videos that go along with it as well. So I'm very much looking forward to all that. There should be an episode of Pillar Talk looking at the successes and updates in 3.10, or this sort of like milestones, I suppose, more than anything else. We should hopefully see the Q4 2020 roadmap update for the Persistent Universe as well, and whether it's going to be 4.0 or 3.12 is going to depend on whether the Pyro system is in that patch or not. But we're expecting to see things like Crusader and the Horizon landing zone. We're expecting to see the C2 Hercules Starlifter, things like that going into that patch. Could we see early stage salvaging and some other major gameplay mechanics? Yes, that's a possibility, but we are keenly waiting more information on that, and we don't want to just have a single patch 3.11 on the roadmap, because just looking around 3 months ahead is not what that roadmap was supposed to be for. There are likely going to be some more Theatres of War EVOCATI tests after 3.10 goes live. If they go well, they might open that up to a wider testing group pretty soon as well. General content plans from me. I sort of wanted to cover some staple basic news series every week or month. So that's going to be what's happening this week, literally looking at what's planned for the week, what sort of updates that they're supposed to be giving. I want to do a monthly roundup at the end of each month as well, so sort of like summarising what we saw throughout the month. I want to do shorter, more focused video summaries on posts and videos like dev responses or Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live, stuff like that, just very much focusing on those rather than lots of other news. Videos covering the monthly reports in context, our weekly sort of like look at the newsletter and what happened during the week, most asked questions from my videos from viewers or from Spectrum and Reddit sort of covered, sort of poking devs for answers on certain topics. So the basics of the channel are sort of news coverage and summaries, but I do want to make sure that I'm covering at every level features and gameplay loops and guides and all that sort of stuff as well. So we'll get a new 3.10 quick start tutorial out. We'll see a video covering each of the major gameplay loops in 3.10, not just new ones. I want to cover all of the content in the game, from mining to cargo to mission playthroughs to PvP stuff that you can do, prisons, outlaw gameplay, Easter eggs. All of this will be done cooperatively and multiplayer where possible and sensible, because I'll be utilising my staff members in. I'd really like to do both general gameplay and guides on each of the major roles separately as well. I think that's a good shout. Any hot topics that show up during the month, I want to, if the flight model is good enough as well, and sort of like 3.10 is stable enough, redo my ship buyer's guide series. I want to look at all of the different ships in the game and their various uses that are flyable. Bam, what can they do? What roles do they support? How are they useful in the current sort of like game? I also want to look at all of the meta, or at least meta in a very basic sort of level where I can explain to other people and say what works, what doesn't work, what you should be aiming for with each ship. I'm going to be expanding out a few more bits of content over the next quarter for Star Citizen, so there are some other videos I might explore as well. So I saw on the grey market that someone was selling Alpha UEC for like $100 for every million Alpha UEC, and I want to look at that because that's sort of mad to me, both from its sort of like point of view of it being a extremely volatile currency, because it could just get deleted at any point. It could get reset, do you know what I mean? Or there could be just an error or a bug that gets rid of it as well, not just because there's been a server restart. But also, does it go against terms of service and end user license agreements? That sort of stuff. Could it get your account banned? That sort of jazz. I want to look at all of that. Inside Star Citizen is taking a break for the next 3 weeks, but we should have a lot of 3.10 content to focus on, I suppose. Something else I wanted to update as well as lots of stuff on my website. Once 3.10 is out, I want to get my Windows 10 up, sort of performance guide, Star Citizen performance guide, user.cfg guides, all updated on the website as well. I want to get that website in a good state so people want to visit it regularly. In regard to Star Citizen, Squadron 42 and Cloud Imperium leaks on my channel, my sort of stance is no EVOCATI patch leaks on my channel. As I'm an EVOCATI member, I've got an NDA. I won't cover leaks that have specifically been leaked from an EVOCATI patch that has led to that being only available to the public because of an EVOCATI patch leak. So bear that in mind. I'm actively not covering those. The only thing you'll get out of me from EVOCATI sort of patch stuff is if a build is out and is being played by EVOCATI, assuming I'm not specifically told I'm not allowed to make people aware of that, then I'll say, yes, there's an EVOCATI build out, but I won't give specifics on that. The only real other thing you'll get from me for that is really bad estimated dates of when I think it will go to first wave BTU. I will lightly touch on other leaks that are from data mining or from non-EVOCATI leaks, but I don't plan on making huge videos about them typically. And that said, it does depend what it is, and your definition of a leak may change based on, you know, what you think a leak is. Some people might define it as anything that doesn't officially come from Cloud Imperium. That's far too broad a definition. There's certainly going to be some stuff that I want to cover as part of the news. I'm a news channel for Star Citizen. It's basically the main thing that the channel does, news and summaries. But I do also want it to be a one-stop shop for all things Star Citizen. I have asked Cloud Imperium to make a statement about leaks, EVOCATI, and concerns that they might have, because I have concerns as a content creator. I kind of poked some people at CIG after watching Salty Mike talking about it on his live stream and how he was supposed to police his Twitch chat for EVOCATI leaks. He's a member of the EVOCATI, he can't talk about the leaks, and really he doesn't really want his Twitch chat talking about EVOCATI leaks, but he can't be responsible for stuff that they say, and in my opinion, he shouldn't be responsible for that and shouldn't have to worry about it. So hopefully Cloud Imperium can be a bit clearer on their point of view on leaks and reassure creators that they're not going to get in trouble for stuff like that that's out of their hands. As I said, I'll continue to not cover EVOCATI leaks, but I will lightly cover other leaks. But I'll make sure that anything where there's a potential big leak or something like that, that I will compartmentalize the video and sort of like go, this is a leak video, something like that. Do you know what I mean? I know some people are like, no, don't tell me any leaks. Also, for those of you that are unaware, I am going to be accepting ships from Cloud Imperium as long as they offer them to me as part of like promotions they're giving to other creators, and there are 100% no strings attached beyond using them for giveaways. I thought about it because I've been offered them before, and I went, I'm going to be covering the Star Citizen project for at least the next 5 years, in my opinion, and potentially significantly longer than that. And I sort of like actively push for studio tours and information from devs occasionally, poke. So Cloud Imperium have been giving out ships to some content creators with the release of every major patch as part of like a promotion, and I think it would be foolish to not accept that. I want to give as much as I can to my community for watching me. I want to expand my channel, and as long as I'm sort of transparent about that at all stages and keep my audience informed, I don't see a problem with it. The Cutlass Blue and Prowler giveaways, for example, that I recently did were from Cloud Imperium. Those ships were anyway. So, Zinnia, starting for me. So, as many of you might be aware, I'm taking on a full-time editor and channel aide, Zinnia, very soon. That's now officially happening on the 1st of August, though she'll probably be doing some learnings during July and doing some assistance here and there. That should mean significantly better B-roll, more videos, more guides and gameplay, more technical videos. The idea is to get a much better sort of like standard for my videos and editing and additions to them and a bit more character to them, and for that to evolve over time with my channel. I'm bad at editing. I've got no interest in editing beyond getting the information out, to be honest. And I'd like cool stuff to be in there, but I don't have the ability to do that. So I'm sort of roughly targeting getting 2 things out a day when Zin's working for me full-time, so a video and a live stream, or 2 videos, or some big old major social posts in a video, though that won't always be possible, but it's a nice target. I would like to double my output where possible, if sensible, but yeah, like 10 videos a week would be nice, and a few live streams. Oh, perfect. Also, tutorials, guides, ship buyer's guides. I don't have the technical skills to do them justice, but I do have the knowledge. So Zin should make that much more possible, having series like that on my channel. I can chuck her the audio and brief, and then she can make those videos a reality. If 3.10 is stable, then I want to regularly do gameplay streams and get people that are interested in playing during the day from my Discord and the BoredGamer.org involved in that. I've wanted to actually do something like that for a while, but I've not really had the time, nor has Star Citizen had the stability to do what I wanted. But Zin, she can organise that for me. I can go, do that, thanks. Thank you for the kind messages about my father as well. In general, from everyone, I get a huge amount every day, especially when I stream. He has been doing pretty well recently, to the point where he's now in the garden, repaving slabs and things like that. He wants to be as active and useful as he can be, and yeah, that's just him. I have been doing pretty well too. I really enjoy working, and I've been busy looking after my family, so I've sort of been less affected by lockdown than some others, mainly for the fact that I just haven't had time to go out and do stuff anyway, though I'm getting a little stir-crazy. I want to play some board games. I want to go to the pub and see people, but I want to do it at a time where it's not going to, risk anyone in my family or, spread anything. Like, I don't want to be stupid about it. I don't want to go, I want to, live my life, but I also at the same time don't mind being socially responsible. Annoyingly, lockdown has really affected me travelling to Bar Citizens, trying to get office tours at like Winslow in Manchester for the studios there. CitizenCon being cancelled is a big one. Also, I suppose it's massively cut down the amount that content creators make on YouTube, but it's hampered my ability to get a business bank account as well, so I'm sort of like evolving into a proper limited company with BoredGamer now. With lockdown, if you are suffering from not having human contact, reach out to someone. If you are not suffering, reach out to someone as well, because you can say, hi, are you doing all right? Let's go and play some board games on Tabletop Simulator or Apex Legends or Star Citizen. Make sure they're okay, basically. I just, reaching out to people is a good idea. Discord and the internet are great to be able to connect people. I've been building a 40k army as well, so Games Workshop, little miniatures and things. I used to play that huge amount, Warhammer Fantasy Battles and 40k, load of that back in the day. But there's a new 9th edition coming out really soon, I think on the later this month actually. I think that's actually going to be released. So really looking forward to that. And I want to get involved with 40k again. So lots of big stompy Cerestus Knights and an Adaptus Mechanicus sort of cavalry armies. The thing I'm doing there. It's basically a knightly household that I'm sort of building there. And one of the plans is to, after lockdown, or at least when it's more safe, go up to Manchester and play some games against some of the Cloud Imperium guys like John Crew, because they play 40k and they seem to be really into it. And I've been watching some of their streams that they do, and they've been building models and things like that. I'll be getting updates of the army and pictures and me painting a bit. I'm a reasonably good painter. I wouldn't say I'm amazing, but I'm good enough to people to go, oh, that's pretty good. But I'll be doing lots of pictures and stuff like that on my social media and updating people on that, because a lot of people have donated towards that army. So thank you very much for that. But I want to get a load of 3.10 content sorted and focused on before doing that 40k army stuff, really. I'm sort of like doing it very, very, very part-time at the moment when I've got a few minutes and I'm bored. I want to say a special thank you to a load of my VIPs. So people that are YouTube channel members, Patreons, big donators, little donators, everyone. You've really helped the channel over the last few weeks, especially with the uncertainty with lockdown and stuff like that. But a giant thank you to Miles, Robert Johnston, Huntress, Paul M, Plastic, Bill Brint, Alex Jettle, Andy Green, Mill, Mantis, Shite, another Andy, Michael Ike, Julian, The Doctor, Casper, Sven Turbo, Pixie, and a big as possible thank you to Sergeant Eversman. You are a monster of donations. You all went far beyond what other normal humans would ever do, and that's really helped make all the content on my channel more possible and allowed me to sort of be able to still look at employing Zin and getting her on from August. It hopefully should make the channel a lot better, so genuinely thank you for that. People becoming channel members via the join button under my YouTube videos really does help, and I'm sort of like want to start pushing that, or sort of like helping support via Patreon. That really helps. Extra mile with donations, that really, really helps. It all helps, so consider that sort of stuff if you want to, but just giving feedback, just giving suggestions, contacting me, that really helps as well. Liking, sharing, subscribing, all that sort of jazz. Bam, bell things, bam, interfere with that bell. So I'm not sure if something I should be saying every video. We have been working on some exclusive content for VIPs as well, but you should see a lot of that from cuts and stuff that Zin's going to be producing throughout July for 3.10 stuff, so look forward to that. My mods, thank you. You get nothing from me, but help me out no end. I'm literally the worst, but thank you so much for that. Zin should be taking the reins for communication a lot more, and actually, saying, Rich, do something to help them, give them a bit more instruction, or communicating, coordinating, and getting you to help me do and organize things. Like, I probably will want some more mods from different areas of the community for my Discord and YouTube and stuff like that as well, to help me coordinate content that I want to create, because I want to do big org events. I want to do stuff where there's 50 people on a server and we go and do silly things. I've always been inspired by giant org adventures, and Rexilla doing his stuff, and people doing their awesome streams now, and people like Detox taking down the Idris and Javelin and things. Like, I love that sort of stuff. Some slightly more shilly stuff for the month. Azatec. They are known for their PC cooling solutions, and they've sent me an Alienware Aurora R10 PC. Actually, that's been part of my workflow and been utilised by me for the last few weeks. It's actually sort of part of another project as well for building a Star Citizen focused rig in 2020, which I'm currently working on. I'm working out when the best place to release that is and do that as a project properly, because there's a lot of things to balance there. I want Star Citizen to be in a good, stable place, and make sure I can get the right case and hardware and stuff like that, and make sure it's repeatable by people to a good level, and not totally unaffordable. A key part of that hardware, and something that's improved my workflow massively for making videos playing Star Citizen, generally just making BoredGamer better, I suppose, is the Ryzen 3950X that's in there, that CPU. That's helped cut down rendering times and allowed for significantly better video capture, and me to do more stuff more easily. You'll see some dedicated videos in the future looking at Star Citizen's performance with that PC, and my actual workflow for like how I build a video, how I compile that, how it gets from my head to the computer to game capture to YouTube, I suppose, because I think some people would be interested in how I do that, and how that's evolved with Zin working for me as well, and that sort of stuff. Building a Star Citizen gaming PC and Aztec's cooling solutions are going to be at the center of those builds, of those PCs, of those computers. Links below to find out more, but they have some cool stuff that I think people should check out. Cool Nation, which gives a good amount of regular, relevant, more general hardware news. I heartily recommend that, but there's stuff to go to the Aztec website and check out some of their coolers and who they work with to build coolers. NordVPN continues to be one of the services that I use and promote and shill for. It's cheap, fast, and has many benefits over free VPNs, helping with security, accessibility, anonymity, and being anonymous, and safety on the internet. With people working from home a lot in 2020, I can really recommend them. Use links below to get discounts and help support the channel. With Shadow as well, which is the sort of like cloud-based subscription gaming PC service that I recommend, that works very well with Star Citizen. I'll be testing that with Alpha 3.10 on the PTU and live builds to judge its suitability for the latest patch. There's also like some updates I want to do in a video looking at all the sort of like new stuff with Shadow, because there's new hardware options, there's a load of software updates they've made, controller support, there's a load of stuff that we should go over really, and I'll do something with that later this month, as I said, after 3.10's gone to PTU probably. And that's sort of it for my update for this month when it comes to what's happening. I'm keenly looking forward to the monthly reports and 3.10, as I suppose many of you are. If you have any content suggestions, feedback, or things you'd like to see this month or in the future, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the verse.